But as I was saying, people, I got into it with a corporal. You know, I never made it past E3 in the military. I wasn't the best. I was like this, man. I didn't like running all the time. I ain't like working out all the time. I did what I needed to do to get by. I'm gonna be real with you. It's like a part of me knew I wasn't gonna stay in. You understand what I'm saying? Like, this ain't for me. I can't deal with somebody getting in my face, and I respect you as long as you respect me. You treat me with respect, I treat you with respect. You disrespect me, you got another thing coming. You understand? But anyway, I remember when I got into the unit, it was a guy getting ready to get out. He had a beard, and you know in the military you can't wear no beard. He had a beard, his hair was growing out, and he was just like bitter. And I was like, man, what's wrong with him? He was like, he about to get out, he don't give a damn no more. I'm like, okay. Here it is 4 years later after I'm in. But I can't skip stories. But anyway, we came back from the field. It was May, listen now, it was May 15th or 14th or something like that. We came back from the field and they gave us 4 days of liberty or something like that. And it's my birthday weekend. And I'm in a roommate with somebody, and I didn't have a car, and he had a car. I remember he had a Chevy Caprice, and I was like, hey man, Smith Jeffries, that's what we called him. I'm like, Smith Jeffries, can I use your car to go out today? He's like, yeah, you can use it, but hey man, I don't have a light by my tag. Listen to this warning now. I don't have a light by my tag. I'm like, man, I doubt they pull me over for that, man. I ain't gonna do nothing wrong. You know what I'm saying? Even though I know I'm finna drink, and I know I'm finna drive. I know I am. The military encouraged you not to drink and drive, but let me tell you the truth. Anybody's in the military, majority of us have drunk and driven. But I'm gonna tell you how it worked in the military. We looked out for each other. I'm the driver. Designated driver doesn't mean one who don't drink in the military. Listen to me. That means the soberest one. So you gotta look out for your brothers and sisters in the military. And at this time, I ain't gonna lie to you, I've always been someone to look and observe and watch out for my homeboys and everything else. So many different things have happened when I was out and about, and I was always watchful. I'd be like, man, it's time for us to go, man. And everything worked out perfectly. But there was 3 other people that went out with me that night. So I didn't drink as much as I normally do. So I was like, okay. So we headed back, everything going smooth. Everybody, they drunk, they passed out. I'm the driver. I get to the gate. I'm like, man, I hope they don't pull me over. I know they probably smell alcohol on them, bro. But I'm gonna tell you something about MPs. They ain't got nothing else to do. So they gonna write up any reason. They look, whoa, boy, 17. That number been popping up on me all day today. But anyway, I said that for a reason now. I told you I'm going with the flow now. 17 just was on the back of that truck. Now listen to me. All right, so this night I'm coming back on base. I get to the gate, I'm like nervous a little bit. He was like, where your ID at? Here you go. He waves me through. I'm like, whoa, I made it. I'm almost on base. I'm almost back to the barracks. We clear shot. I'm riding up the street, next thing you know, an MP come up behind me. I was like, Lord have mercy, I'm right there, man. I'm right at the barracks, like a block away. And I remember before we went on a Liberty, our battalion commander was like, don't get caught drunk driving because I will make an example out of you. You know, he was like, y'all enjoy yourselves, be careful. And here I am, getting pulled over under the influence. Not drunk, but drinking. Made it safely there. So, MPs get out. They was like, we need you to do the sobriety test. They did every test known to man. I passed every test. I was like, well, you passed all the tests, but we got to wait for the breathalyzer to get here. I'm like, well, if I'm passing the test and everything looks good, yeah, I know you smell that alcohol. If everything looks good, let me go. My barrack is right there. Please don't do this. I'm begging. You know, I called somebody to come. Finally, the breathalyzer get here. I failed. I'm above the legal limit. I'm like, oh Lord. Oh Lord. It's May 16th. Wait. It's May 15th. No, it's May 16th. But I remember the day. May 16th, right? So it was nighttime. No, it was the 15th, nighttime, whatever. They said they could probably come get me. And then, no, it's May 16th, like I said. So they come get me, they pull me out. My duty officer, they pull me, they take me back to the barracks. You can't go nowhere. You're on house arrest, whatever. Stay in your room, go eat, do the basics, but you can't do nothing. I'm like, man, I'm finna get slaughtered. Come to find out, 2 other people got DUIs that night. I'm like, wow, 2? I was like, if it was just me, it'd probably been okay. But 2 other people, Lord have mercy, I'm done. So my battalion commander have on the 17th of May, he has a battalion formation. And he talks about the people with the DUIs, and guess what? It's May 17th now. It wasn't even scheduled to be an off day. Everybody get liberty again. I'm like, what? What are the odds that we get an off day on my birthday? May 17th. Wow. But not for me. They're like, everybody who had a DUI, stand by. So I go in there. My gun is there, my master sergeant, my CO, my platoon CO, what I can't remember what you call it no more. They in there. They're like, what do you think we should do about beer? But first, before that happens, my battalion commander gives us a spiel. One of my best friends died from a drunk driver. Oh Lord, that's like, I'm done. So they start speaking up. They're like, what do you think he should do? One of my staff sergeants, my gunnery sergeant, was like, well, bust him down, take his rank. You know, he's not the best Marine. He's not a bad Marine, but he don't really have no initiative. You know, I'm like, wow. I was gonna re-enlist too. I was gonna re-enlist. I was set up to go to New Orleans. I was gonna be a recruiter in New Orleans, Louisiana, because I wanted to get close to home, my hometown. I was in California at the time. I wanted to re-up, and I was just about to get promoted from E3 to E4. You know, and I was like, wow, I'm finally up for promotion. And then all this happened. Dumb mistake, dumb decision. You understand? And so they bust me down on my birthday, May 17th, 2004. Never forget it. You know, I was like, man, I done seen people do so many bad things, but the thing is, wrongdoing deserves a punishment. But I was upset because I went to the career recruiter after that. I was like, hey man, can I still re-up? He was like, no, we got to give it to somebody else because you got busted down and this and that. We don't want you to re-up. They put me on restriction for the loss of rank, restriction for 60 days. Wait, 30 days. No, 60 days or something like that. But anyway, let's put it this way. The day I got out the Marine Corps was the day I got off restriction. So keep in mind, this time I know I'm bitter. I start growing my hair. Thick hair. I mean, they were like, you gonna cut your hair, beard? I'm like, we'll see about that. I'm like, y'all can bust me down. You know, I had a few arguments with higher ups and stuff like that, but nothing worthy of being busted down besides that. So I had a disciplinary issue with authority. So I'm about to get ready to get out. They come to me, hey Beard, you want to go back to Iraq with us? I'm like, you got to be out of your mind. You just busted me down, took my rank, didn't vouch for me. You know, let the battalion commander slaughter me, and you want me to re-up and go to Iraq? I said, no, I'm not going. I'm getting out. I got a bad taste in my mouth now. I'm getting out and I'm going home. I'm getting away from this place. Not only that, it was put a bad taste in my mouth. So I was a network administrator in the military. Network administrator. Work with computers. They come to me, the civilian sector of the military. It was like, hey, you can work for the military still, but in the private sector, doing what you're doing now. It was like, how much you want to get paid? I didn't know nothing but better. I said, what, $20 an hour? They were like, okay, that's fine. This back in 2004, $20 an hour, starting off. I'm like, wow, that ain't bad. Let's do this. But I was like, you know what? I don't want to do it. I turned it down. I didn't want to be in California no more. Didn't want to be in California no more. And another thing, they said the best way to get out the military, serve your time. So I served my time, I got out. I had a girlfriend at the time. I stayed in California for a few months. You know, it was on a bad relationship terms. After Iraq, things weren't right with us. Even though I didn't see no bloodshed, I didn't have to fire my weapon, just things weren't right. I didn't trust her. You know, I had a thought in my head that she cheated on me. And maybe she did, I didn't know. But I kind of was just bad. I was hearing so much stuff when I was going. You remember I told you my best friend / corporal got into it? It was because we had met two women. He was dating a cousin, I was dating one cousin, and they was telling me all kind of stuff about her and this and that while I was in Iraq, and it was putting a lot of bad thoughts in my head, bad vibes, and we were arguing, and that's what it stemmed from, us actually getting into that argument right there. So I go back, I stayed with her for a little while, and I was like, I'm gonna go home, I want to go home, you know what I'm saying? So I go back to Mobile, Alabama, and I meet a woman. Actually, I didn't meet a woman. I'm telling y'all some stories here, life story. Not everything, but a little bit. I met a woman. But let me tell you how I met her. I remember I got in the military, I'm back in Mobile, I'm staying with my sister. And I'm trying to figure out my path in life. I didn't want to go to college. I'm getting unemployment. I'm working a little side hustle job, selling hats and stuff with my homeboy. You know, and I remember my cousin called me. Like I know a chick who I work with. She's a lesbian, and she has a girlfriend who has a friend that stays out of town. She want to meet somebody good. She said she want to meet a good man. She said you came to mind. I'm like, out of all the people that I got, keep in mind, I'm from a family of seven. 3 brothers, 3 sisters, and big family, many cousins. The one who called me got a cousin, got a brother, many cousins, she called me. She said, hey, she want to meet somebody. I said, well, give her my number, I'll talk to her. She was like, she's white. The girlfriend I was in California was black. She was like, she's white. I'm like, I don't care about that. You understand? So, I'm like, okay. Give her my number. She called me. She get on the phone. She got this country redneck twang. I'm from Mobile, Alabama, which is the city. She's from Alexander City, which is like the country city. You can tell the difference. That we don't sound alike. So I'm like, man, you sound country as hell. You know, I'm joking and stuff like that. I mean, you sound fat. I'm gonna be real. I don't like big size women. I like skinny women. All right, so she's like, I'm skinny. I'm like, how much you weigh? She's like about 98 pounds. I'm like, perfect. I can deal with that. Now, keep in mind, I'm still with the girl in California. But I'm ready to break up with her anyway. Ready to break up with her. So I meet the girl. We meet up. I meet her. She has short hair, skinny. 98 pounds soaking wet. You know, and I'm gonna be real. I slept with her. You know, I slept with her. First night, I'm like, what the odds it is? I wasn't planning on it. I was just talking to her. I met her son. She had a son. I met her son. And we snuck out and we went in the car and slept together. I was like, wow. That was easy. But I remember that night when I was going to meet her. I was chilling with my brothers. And my brothers was like, man, I was like, man, I got to meet this girl today, man. They're like, man, don't go over there, meet with us, we drinking, man, we chilling, have a good time with us. I'm like, man, I gotta get there. I gotta get there. It's like I knew I had to get there. I didn't have a car at the time, so I borrowed my dad's car. I was like, you're like, you gotta get there. So I got there. I met her, I was like, okay. I was already drunk, buzzing. I guess I didn't learn no lesson from drinking and driving. I didn't learn my lesson, you know. But I'm like, whatever, I'm young. 22, 23, something like that. So I tell her that I got a girlfriend, but she's in California, whatever. So we clicked. She come to tell, she was like, she started telling me stuff about her. She was like, I'm pagan, I'm a witch. I'm like, I don't care about that. I'm Christian, you know, I'm a believer in God, Jesus Christ. I'm like, and what, you a witch? What they got to do with anything? But we clicked. And I was having problems finding work at the time. And I remember she used to always tell me to come up there and visit her. She used to always come down and visit me, drive up there every other weekend, come visit me or come pick me up and take me back there and bring me back up there. She loved me, you know what I'm saying? She cared about me a lot. I started bonding with her son and everything like that, you know. And next thing you know, I was like, I gotta go to, wait. I think she gets pregnant. No, she don't get pregnant yet. I said, I gotta go back to California to break things off, because I'm falling for her. Not really falling, because I'm gonna be a whore. I'm being real. I'm like, I'm not ready to settle down. This is just something I'm just going through. I ain't ready to settle down. So I went back out there to California, stayed there for a while, broke up with her, and I came back. And when I came back, I remember a storm was coming. A hurricane was coming in town. This hurricane name was Katrina. It was headed to Mobile, but long story short, around this time frame, she got pregnant. She got pregnant. And I was still not wanting to go up there. She was pressuring me, come up here, stay with me. You can get a job up here. I'm like, man, I'm not really ready to settle. Even though I got a baby, I'm not really ready to, I ain't tell her that, but I'm like, I'm not really ready to, thinking to myself, I'm not ready to settle down, I'm not ready to do this or do that. And I said, if I don't find a job within the next week, I'm gonna come up there. How about the next week I find a job? Kmart was remodeling. And I get a job there. And there was a woman there. And everybody used to talk to her. She was pretty. Everybody used to talk to her. And everybody like, man, I want her. I'm like, man, I ain't studying that girl. You know, she pretty and all. Like, whatever. I'm gonna get her. I'm like, okay, get her. You understand? Next thing you know, she flocked to me. Now keep in mind, all I had to do was move. All I had to do was move. But I got the job, met this girl, started sleeping with her. I'm like, wow. And I'm lying to my soon-to-be mother of my first child, my daughter. And she said she can feel it. She's like, something ain't right. I'm like, man, whatever, man. It ain't what you think, man. But conviction was hitting me. My voice in my head is like, tell the truth. Stop lying. Stop lying. Tell the truth. So I called her while she was pregnant with my first child, my daughter. My daughter. Who I'm going to see right now. And graduate, if God wills it. I still got some time left. She cried, she boo-hooed. I'm falling in love with her. She cried, she boo-hooed. I'm like, man, we gotta break this off. She cried, she boo-hooed. I'm with this chick and I finally, she has the baby. I fly up there to go see her. I made it there right on time. When I come up there, I can hear the mother of my children, my child, screaming. Come to find out, they didn't give her an epidural. So I can hear the pain. So I get there, and I'm like, where's the room? And I remember the nurse at the time, she's white on black. I'm like, I gotta come in. She's like, who are you? I said, I'm the father of the kid. I can sense the racism. I'm like, I'm the father. Let me in. So they let me in. I got a time, just enough time to see my daughter born. One of the best days of my life. I made it up there just in time. I remember I was at work that morning. I had my bags packed just in case, because I knew it was any minute. I told the girl, I'm coming up there to see my baby. I'll be back. You know what I'm saying? Go up there. Daughter's born. Woo, Lord have mercy, Jesus. So time passed. I'm still seeing the other girl. I come back home, and I was like, I want to watch my daughter. She was like, yeah, you can come get her. But she's still mad at me. She's still bitter. Let me pause and continue.